Are you ready to get rid of the garbage that you have been carrying inside you for years? It's about time because this video is for you. Welcome back. So first we have to understand emotions. So what are emotions? Emotions are a natural responses to our thoughts, experiences, and surroundings. So why do we need to manage our emotions in the first place? Whether it is stress, anger, sadness, or even excitement, our emotions can be way too overwhelming. Now, when you're able to effectively manage your emotions, this leads to better physical and mental well-being. So if I'm not able to manage my emotions, that can get pretty bad. If I get angry, sad, or just overwhelmed in general, I could be doing things that aren't good for me. So this could negatively impact myself. Managing emotions is not an easy thing. You can't just be from a sad girl to a happy girl. It doesn't work in a way wherein you tell yourself to be happy and then you'll be happy. Like, it's not that easy. So if you're sad and you want to be happy, you can't just tell yourself be happy and then you'll be happy. Like, it really takes more than just that. To make it easier for you, I have simplified it to 3 easy steps to manage your difficult emotions. So number 1, awareness. It may be surprising, but not a lot of people can do this properly. You feel your feelings. What is it that you feel? You have to acknowledge that. Whether you were sad, angry, stressed, overwhelmed, excited, any type of emotion, you just have to know and accept the fact that you are feeling that way. You just need to know the difference between experiencing the emotion and expressing the emotion. Not knowing the difference, you can be an immature child who end up erupting like volcanoes. So for example, the emotion anger itself. So anger is actually not bad. It's more on how you cope with anger. Everyone has different ways of coping one's emotions. So let's say everyone is angry. Not everyone is going to do the same type of coping. Not everyone is going to react the same way. And some people can do things that may be inappropriate. So in that way, like, just because you are feeling sad, angry, there is nothing wrong with that. So you have to feel your negative emotions. You have to tell yourself, I am feeling sad or I'm feeling angry because of this. You just have to accept the fact that you are feeling this way. And there's nothing wrong with that because emotions are normal. It's what makes us human. We also need to acknowledge the fact that emotions are our teachers. If you know that you're feeling this way, it helps you understand inside you what's going on with your head. Why are you feeling this way? Is it because I care less or I don't have empathy? That's how you understand. That's how you learn. That's how your emotions teach you. Understand yourself. Second is that emotions are healers. So knowing that you are feeling this way, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling sad or happy, that's where you understand yourself and that's where you heal. When we acknowledge our pain, we are acknowledging ourselves. And when we acknowledge ourselves, that's where the love comes. We are actually loving ourselves. So if people tell you don't feel this way, if something irritates you and people tell you not to be angry, don't be angry. You're too sensitive. Like, that is something that you should not even listen to. If people tell you to feel this way just because this happened, you shouldn't listen to them. Listen to what's going on and here and here. Like, are you feeling this way just because this person is telling you to feel that way? Are you feeling angry just because people expect you to be angry? You don't have to listen to those types of opinions because the only opinions that matter is your here and here, your mind and your heart. Otherwise, none of that matters. Because when you acknowledge yourself, you're already loving yourself, and that's how it should be. You also need to remember that emotions have expiring dates. It has an expiry date. When you're angry, the good tip for that is to only be angry for this time span. You can't just be angry for the rest of your life just because of this. Sometimes we have to forgive and forget situations. We have to move forward because that's what life is all about. It's about moving forward. We can't just look back, go back. we have to go forward. Once you forgive and forget, that's where you go forward. If you are too sad, angry, or frustrated for so long, it's only gonna hurt you, and you don't want that to happen. You don't want to be hurt. You want to grow. You want to be better. It's not easy, but it does take time. Once you acknowledge things, but once you start with the first step, which is to feel your feelings, then you're good to go for the next step, which is to own it. Own your feelings. Don't let the feelings own you. You own them. You have first acknowledged that you are sad, angry, happy, whatever it is you're feeling. You've already accepted it. That's good. Then you have to own your feelings. If you are sad, you have to be sad. You have to let it out. You have to cry if you need to. If you need to talk to someone, talk to someone. If you want to throw a plate, throw a plate. But don't make it too abusive to the point that you're going to end up regretting it, such as doing something horrible or stupid that is going to leave you in regret in the future. You don't want that. So we have to make sure that we're doing it in the most appropriate way possible. So once you are owning your emotions, you're basically telling the universe that you are taking personal responsibility of yourself and the consequences of your life. If you don't own your emotions are gonna own you, and you don't want that to happen. So if you're angry, you let anger take control of you, you can be doing things that are horrible, anything that is going to make you regret. And that is something that we are trying to avoid as much as possible. And that's why to stop blaming circumstances for feeling the way you feel. No matter how hard or difficult the situation is that you're in that's making you feel the way you feel, just know that you can't control the situation. But what you can control is your feelings. The way you feel is the only thing that you can control. So the last step would be to control your emotions. So first we identified how we're feeling, and then the second would be to own our feelings. The third one would be to control our feelings. So the way we control is how we cope with these types of emotions. Whatever it is that you're feeling, if you're feeling so overwhelmed, you just can't do anything about it, there are good practices to that, such as journaling. The thing about journaling is that it's such an effective practice because you get to write your feelings all in a piece of paper that is only going to be between you and yourself. No one else is going to read it, it's just between you. So it's like having a conversation with yourself. You can write it down. In fact, writing it down is a way for you to just reevaluate things. You can reflect and look at situation, see if am I in the right or am I in the wrong. And if you're not really into journaling, you can talk to someone who you know wouldn't judge you or you trust, and the person that trusts you. So this can be your friend, a family member, or even a therapist. In fact, there is nothing wrong with talking about our emotions to someone because it's what makes us understand the situation better and to see and reevaluate the situation too. When you're talking to someone, this can actually help the both of you figure out what to do next. And that's how you control the way you're feeling. It's how you let it out. So if you're feeling angry, sad, you just want to tell someone about what just happened, you can tell them. It's definitely fine. It's not a problem. It makes you feel better and understand that, oh, I'm feeling this way. It makes you also reassess the situation. Instead of bottling things up, you're actually letting it out, but not to a point that you're harming the person. So yeah, I guess that's it for today, and I hope you learned something.